Chip was talking a little bit about community building, and there were really two communities that his romper, I don't want to say took off with, but that, two communities that really the brand really resonated with, which was kind of like bros and then the gay community. And they wanted to focus more on the gay community because they didn't want their brand to be associated with kind of like bro culture. So we've talked about moms or kind of like parent groups when we've talked about communities, but do you think there's any way to get a bit more granular than that and go to like a bit more of a specific community, or do you think a parent community is specific enough?
I mean, I think the parent community is specific enough because I don't think our product is as, not to say Rumpums are like exclusive, but it feels like it's like cut for a very like small segment of people. You're not going to see everybody running around in them. Whereas our shoe, we think the masses within our age range can wear this shoe to play a a variety of sports and doing it in a variety of different ways on a variety of different surfaces. So I think we're a bit broader in terms of like our reach, but if we wanted to get closer to that persona that we've defined, then perhaps we can go in a little bit deeper and really focus on one group so that they become like our first movers or our brand ambassadors. And that might be a way of going about it, because we've talked about that as a marketing strategy, as a grassroots strategy, really focusing on it. And we talked about it from like a regional uh, perspective, not necessarily uh, cutting anybody out of the group based on any other criteria other than where they're located, where they're living geographically, and that has to coincide with where we're at. So I think that's hard to say that we would want to like really like dive deep, unless, of course, we thought we wanted to do it from a momentum, from a traction standpoint. Um, or we wanted to, yeah, and that would mean like going after our specific persona that we've already defined.
Yeah, that's a good point because we do have that persona work, so we know kind of at a high level what does our target customer look like, or at least you know our thoughts on that at the moment, so we can go, like you said, we can go after that person a bit more specifically. And then we've also talked about getting micro influencers or giving out the product to specific people who are kind of like movers and shakers. And we have someone who's creating a list. I can't remember how many people are going to be on the list, maybe like 15 to 20. um Basically like mom influencers or parent influencers, so we can start to build those relationships, potentially give them free product, ask them to talk about it on their social media, things like that. And that's a way to just kind of organically tap into some of these different communities. And it's not necessarily like a mom or a parent community only, it's someone who posts content for moms and parents and is followed primarily by moms and parents. So I think that's another way to do it as well.
Yeah, no, I agree with all that.